When I was told by one of my colleagues that there was an owner at the counter with an archive material relating to the Mayflower from Plymouth to the New World, I thought all my birthdays had come at once. And then subsequently I heard that you had, it was his grandfather who'd been cook on board. I suddenly thought, that can't be right.
Doesn't add up.
Doesn't add up? 1620? No. So it then clicked that this must have been a later voyage.
It was. If you roll forward to 1955, they hatched a plan to recognise the close relationship between Great Britain and America during the Second World War by recreating the voyage of the Pilgrim Fathers from Plymouth to Plymouth Rock, Cape Cod, etc. And so they commissioned a builder in Brixham to build from English oak an exact replica of the Mayflower called the Mayflower II. That was crewed by 33 men, went to sea for 50 days, and the cook was my grandfather, Walter Godfrey.
I mean, was he a ship's cook normally?
Yeah, he was chief steward on the General Steam Navigation sailing steam vessels that went from Southend to Broadstairs, and that was his living. He was 57 when he sailed on the Mayflower II.
And one assumes then they lived the life on board. Did they dress in modern clothes or contemporary clothes?
No, they had an outfit which was contemporary in 1620,
yeah.
And he can be seen here wearing the outfit.
One hears about the awful food they used to eat in the 17th century. You know, ship's biscuits with weevils in.
Yeah.
Did they have a modern menu?
I think no, they didn't have a modern menu. When you look at his menu book, which is here, it details everything that was served, 3 meals a day, 33 men, 53 days. And generally starts with rolled oats, so that was a sort of kick-off point. But the crew really appreciated the efforts he was making. Some of the notable things he did was to issue lime juice, which is of course a great scurvy inhibitor.
Yeah.
So I think the crew really appreciated his efforts.
And bobbing around in the ship like that.
Yeah, interestingly, when you read his diary, his handwriting on the, when he says a rough sea, you can tell it was the handwriting. He's almost following the waves.
And did you know your grandfather at all?
I knew him till I was about 6.
All right.
But he was a bit of a character.
This photograph here, when they arrived in America, they were fated. Just tell me what's going on here.
What's happening here? They arrived at Cape Cod and sailed up the Hudson, past Lady Liberty, and landed at Manhattan, and were given a ticker tape parade through Broadway, celebrating the close union between the two countries. And they were welcomed very, very... Grandpa went on American TV shows doing cooking programmes, you know, met the president. They had a fantastic time. They were welcomed with open arms, and it was a celebration of a union.
And a true adventure.
And a true adventure, yeah. I mean, they talk about lightning strikes. They had no fresh water to wash in. When it rained, they all went on deck starkers and ran around cleaning themselves. So they had a good, fun trip.
Monetary value, we have to talk about that. We're not talking about, you know, thousands of pounds. I think it's important, it must be kept together. To donate it to a museum would be ideal. And in real terms, it's worth maybe between £600 and £800 for the whole archive. But that's not the point, is it?
No.
It's a reflection of his memory of what was a daring and exciting voyage. Well, thank you so much for bringing it in and sharing it with us.
It's a pleasure.